Earlier this week, temps reached 100 degrees for the first time this summer, and with more triple-digit days to follow for sure. It's important to remember that our furry friends, they feel the heat too. Jennifer Smith from Dallas Animal Services joins me with advice for pet owners and an adoptable pet as well. Good morning to you, Jennifer.
Good morning.
All right, let's talk about it. What baby did you bring today?
So this is Spirit. She is 2 years old. She was a stray, and she has been waiting for a foster or adopter for 2 months.
Oh my goodness. Okay, 2 months is too long. So if anybody is looking at Spirit this morning, we'll give you a little extra time to check her out while we talk about some heat safety indeed. You say pet owners need to remember that if they're hot, their pet is also hot as well.
Yeah, so definitely. And you're not wearing fur. So it's like being outside 110 degrees in a fur coat. Can you imagine that?
I cannot imagine.
And you know, our furry friends don't often know how to communicate to owners that they're hot.
Right.
So if you're hot, they are hotter. So definitely take precautions.
Okay, so let's go through some tidbit points to make sure that you're covering all your bases. Let's start with those paws. I've seen so many pups right now with those little dog shoes galloping around. Is that a realistic way to go about protecting their feet, or what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. It keeps them from burning their paws. So, you know, if it's 100 degrees outside, the asphalt's probably about 120. So asphalt, rocks, even turf is really, really, really hot. So we recommend if you're going to walk your dog, do it early morning or very late in the evening.
That's actually a really good tip indeed.
Yeah.
You also say to keep the pets hydrated. Is there a way to determine if they're dehydrated, or is it panting? What does that look like?
Yeah, so definitely when a dog is panting or salivating, or just splooting on the ground, they are probably overheated or need some water. So we recommend keeping fresh, cool water, not ice cold, because ice actually limits their ability to lick up the water.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure it's cool water, but don't actually physically put ice in there for them. They don't need that. All right, knowing the signs of heat stroke as well, I think that taps into the conversation we were just having just about signs and symptoms.
Yeah, so they'll be panting, hypersalivating, not being able to walk, very, very, very heavy panting. So then we want to make sure we move them into a very cool place. Again, don't immediately reach for like ice, you know, for them, because taking their temperature too cold too fast actually can hinder them.
Got it. Okay, kind of almost like humans, the same way.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about water safety, because I think a lot of the times we all assume that our pet can just swim because they're an animal, but that's not always true.
Yeah, definitely. Not animals can swim.
Ooh, so shake it, girl. Shake it, mama.
If you're unsure, definitely make sure they have some type of life jacket on.
Yes.
You know, stay with them, keep them visible, bright colors. Also, summer safety tip, it is hot, and so water that does not move, you want to be careful that the pets aren't going in a lake that doesn't have movement, because that hot heat will bring up bacteria, which is could be lethal for pets, so want to be mindful of that.
Wow. I had no idea about that at all. Okay,
Yeah.
I think we all just learned something new this morning for sure. As far as keeping the pets entertained, because sometimes we do have to leave them at home by themselves. What's a good way to do that, especially keeping them indoors?
Yeah, so a crate with a cool bed. I like to play like aquarium music for my dogs. I make popsicles, give them a Kong, a lick mat, just things that can enrich them inside, because when they're being enriched, them licking a lick mat for like 20 minutes is equivalent to like walking a mile.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So there are ways to still get that movement in while being inside. How can we continue? Because I know you said Spirit has been at Dallas Animal Services for 2 months, which is, like I said, is 2 months too long, you guys. So if you're thinking this is your family member, please do reach out. But how can we support you guys at the animal shelter? How can we make sure, one, that Spirit gets adopted, but also that we're pushing the mission forward for the other pets who are there?
Yeah, so we have 500 dogs in the shelter right now.
My gosh.
We're over capacity. We have many, many, many amazing dogs like Spirit. We have a giant list of dogs that are ready to go. If you're not ready to adopt, take a dog out for the day or a week. So there's many different opportunities to get involved, especially if you don't are in the position to add a friendly
So you
dog.
can kind of test the waters to see if maybe this is right for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. One last look at Spirit, just for good measure. Yes, indeed. And great information. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thanks for having us.